For the past 32 years, the last 12 as the fire chief of the township of Lovelady, Winfield Abee has been excelling at the work that he loves. But all that was threatened last June 26th when Chief Abee suffered a stroke. Since that time, the chief has been steadily healing and gaining strength in the capable hands of Blue Ridge Healthcare physical therapist and director of Rehabilitation Services, Kathryn Coffey.
The stroke caused a weakness in his left side, primarily his left leg, primarily even in the ankle joint and ankle region. His left arm was affected some.
On a recent afternoon, we were invited to observe some of the rigorous therapy that Chief Abee is enduring. Even something as simple as throwing a rubber ball back and forth is an endurance test for a stroke victim.
This actually is a weighted ball. It weighs probably around 5 pounds. We put him on a foam surface standing on the affected leg, and what we're doing is we're challenging his balance. Anybody can stand on one leg fairly well, but when we throw, having to reach outside of the base of support, having to reach this way, it challenges it even more.
The chief was then tasked with climbing a ladder over and over, the last times with over 70 pounds of gear in tow.
We're designing the task today to coincide with what he would normally do in a fire. So he's going to put all of his gear on. That's the air pack, his pants, his boots, his jacket, his helmet, everything. We're going to start with just climbing a ladder, see how steady he is with that, make sure he's safe. We're going to go ahead and tie him off just in case he has any missteps. There's no way that he can fall or injure himself.
He also aimed and fired a surprisingly heavy fire hose. After the tests, Chief Abee had this to say about his therapist.
My physical therapist is a slave driving up these laws against stuff like that.
On a more serious note, the chief was grateful and he was resolute.
I'm very fortunate, very thankful, and very blessed that I don't have any paralysis, I don't have anything like that kept me from advancing as far as I have to be able to do this.
The chief credited Ms. Coffey and Valdez Hospital for his remarkable progress.
When I went to my first rehab at Valdez Hospital, that was where I really learned exactly how far down my body was. I had worked with some other ones, the doctors and the neurosurgeons and things, but when I got into the rehab and they started having me do the different skills that tested the different bone muscles and things, that's when I learned very quickly exactly what my weaknesses and deficits were. And again, the therapist and the quality of the therapy programs and things, I mean, I was amazed at some of the things in the different ways, the tools that was available and stuff to get me back where I needed to be.
Chief Abee wants more than anything else to get back to work. And with the help of Ms. Coffey and the Blue Ridge Healthcare team, it appears that he will.